gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Building with BdoubleO. We're gonna do some riding around. This is so good. I really need to practice this. Everybody was saying, hey, you guys on the crew should do some screwing around on ice boats. And I think we plan to. I mean, can you correct? Yeah, you can, but it's a very quick correct. Oh yeah, you just have to maneuver very quickly. I'm drifting great. I'm doing a great job drifting. Great job, BdoubleO. Yeah, if you hold it one direction, it goes out of control. But you can control it. Fantastic. I was doing a little bit of that, messing around with that because I working on something that I haven't been working on in a long time, and something that I've kind of ignored for quite some time. And I've ignored it for quite some time because I think it's going to be pretty difficult. I always, every single day, browse the Minecraft Reddit. And on that Reddit, still seeing quite a few people using this texture pack, which is, it's great, but it's got me nervous. I'm like, oh, the pressure is on. People displaying this stuff all over town. So it's got to be good. The texture pack's got to be good. It has me second guessing a lot of things, like the stone. I really like the stone myself, but if I'm going to have a bunch of people using this, maybe I don't want the stone having different colors. Maybe I do. I don't know. But anyway, here's the big move. Here's the big change we made, okay? Down here. There you are. Okay. Oh boy. I haven't even looked at this in game yet. All right. Just going to build a little wall here. Just to get enough blocks so we can get a little bit of a variation going. And step back and take a look. If you didn't notice yet, I've done some texturing to the cobblestone. Oh, I think I love it. Hold on. Oh, I really think I like it. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, there's a lot of thinking going on here. Lots of thinking. Okay. First thought is the other cobblestone is more, there's more contrast, I guess, from darks to lights. There's definitely that. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's good. Maybe this makes it stand out a little bit differently. Do you see? You can see the difference, right? Good. You can see it. Tile's okay. That's the biggest problem, is the tiling. It's a little weird right there, but it's not bad. What is the problem? It's this into this. And then that into nothing. Yeah, that's a little weird, but it ain't terrible. It ain't bad. I would never think twice about it. I'm being very picky as being the creator of this texture. I'm just being extra picky about it. Honestly, I don't think I'd ever think twice about it. And, okay, step back, B-dubs. Think about it just, okay, you're blah, 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 playing, and you see it. Yeah. Don't get too picky. I think it looks really good. Sure, there's some very subtle, minute tiling issues, but I'm telling you right now, if you want to talk about tiling issues, please talk about tiling issues with me. Hold on, wait 5 seconds while this redoes. Look at the way this cobblestone tiles into this. You could find tiling problems into this. It's not flawless. Cobblestone in and of itself is not a flawlessly tiled texture. It's pretty flawless. It's pretty good, but still, you could nitpick it. You could nitpick that texture. Cobblestone's one of the hardest ones because there's no true real border and there is a true real pattern. So to get other blocks to tile and tie into it is very difficult. And I think we did a pretty fantastic job for what we got. I may up the contrast a little more, get some lighter lights and some little darker darks, but maybe not. Maybe I love it. Obviously, in the comment section, we all kind of split ways here. And, you know, some people really like, some people really don't. Where are some spots that I've used a lot of heavy cobblestone? Now, this doesn't apply to stairs or slabs, and I think that's okay. I don't even know if I can get it to apply to those. I might be able to. Get your sword out, B-dubs. Okay, I think I did a lot of cobblestone. Ah, here. Well, this is a great spot. This chimney. I would never think twice about it. It just makes it interesting to me. Oh, I think we got a winner. I may up the contrast a little bit. Bump the brights just a little bit more. But I really like it. Huh? I mean, it's okay. Listen, to you, this might not be a huge change. This might not be a big deal. But to me, look at how that's just a little bit different right there. Oh, and it flows well into this. Oh, I think I love it. I think I really love it. I don't know. You guys might not, but that's okay. You don't have to. Let's just kind of fake build something here. Say we have like a pillar here or something. Huh? Like a pillar? Just, this is fake building, okay? This isn't, I'm not real building, obviously. Okay, let's step back and take a look. Present it. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. It's really good. I really like it. It's just a different stone type. Because cobblestone, they aren't all going to lay the same. They got to lay out differently. So from time to time. Oh, I think we did it, everybody. I think we did it. Oh, B-dubs is happy about that. Okay. I think it's really good change. The thing is, I would love to have like several different types of cobblestone, but like what I've tried doing in the past is I've tried adding like taking the normal cobblestone texture, which takes this tiling right here. This all tiles well. And then just like removing this stone so it's dark in here, having little pits every once in a while. I showed it off a long time ago. But what ends up happening is you just have like hole, and it just looks like Swiss cheese. It looks weird. So that doesn't do it for me. Having different stone layouts though, that does. Oh, I mean, you could just build an entire thing out of this, and cobblestone all of a sudden becomes a fantastic block to use, doesn't it? Oh, I hope it's good. I hope Reddit is pleased. Okay, successful, semi-successful. I'm going to sleep on it. Retexturing with some cobblestone. That's fantastic. Now, we need to talk about something that I've actually been meaning. There's a lot of things I've been meaning to talk about in every episode, and I just forget to do it. Today, I shall talk about them. The first thing, which road am I on? This is the wrong road. I need to save that sheep and another sheep very similar to it. That sheep. And there's another one up there. I need to save them because I'm going to be collecting wool soon. But not for this project. The thing I want to do today... Yeah, my road's over here. I walked right past it. The thing I want to do today... Well, first, let me say this. There's a trick with crafting. Like, if you want to craft a chest and you want, like... You want loads of chests? Isn't there a way to, like, put a crafting recipe in here and then, like... get all the blocks that you have to fill those spots? I don't know. I thought that was a thing in the game. I'll have to look that up. I don't know. But anyway, I just kind of dug out this road here, and I'm toying with a little bit of a different concept. with thinner roads. I'm thinking this is too thin. I've just been lately feeling like these are too wide. Like 3 wide is too wide. You know, for a very densely populated area, wider roads is good. Over at Escher, we had like 5, 6, 7 wide roads from time to time. Here, it's not going to be as densely populated. We're going to definitely have more houses and more buildings and structures and stuff, but for multiple reasons, you know, we say for the atmosphere, not many people live up here. But again, another reason is the fact that these buildings are very, very difficult to make. And to make as many of these as we had over in Escher, we would never be done with this area. So the storyline ties in nicely. But maybe a 2 wide road would be nice, possibly, because this is a little on the tight side, although it's not bad. But anyway, I want to do something. This has been the most requested build for this area, and mostly requested by people that are probably native to the area of Sweden or Norway, or I'm not exactly sure where this originates. Tell me. I knew the sun shall set. I knew it. Yeah, that's all lit up. Very good. I'm going to sleep because I'm in no mood to fight. I've done some fighting at night, and it's driving me crazy. Yes, it's driving me crazy, and I'm losing my mind. So, we'll come over here, and we're going to talk about this thing. This thing is a church. All right. Now we solidified a national, or a worldwide, I should say, religion of the 4 elements. But and we'll implement that here. Look at that floating tree. It's almost magical. And we'll implement that out here somewhere. Some of these places will be they'll worship that religion, but there's a type of church that people have been recommending to me for a long time, and I think it's pronounced Stave or Stave, or it's definitely not Stave. It's probably Stave. Yeah, Stave? I think Stave Church. And this church has a really, really unique look and design. Let's see if I can make like a minimal scale version of what I'm talking about. I really doubt it. I doubt I'll be able to. But let's just give it a shot on a small scale. And then we'll see how far we can get on building it on a big scale today. A big scale, it's going to be a little bit tough because it's pretty large. But basically, the church is mainly roof. I mean, it's tons and tons and tons of roof. And it's a very steep roof. But it's a really cool, unique design. I am really happy with this texture now, by the way. It's just a slight edit and change, but I think it's good. Boom, boom. Hopefully, I mean, if this is your religion, I'm sorry if I'm offending you by doing so poor with this build. But it's just basically a very, very steep roof, and the majority of the building is roof. So it's not an easy, nice example, B-dubs. This is terrible. The interesting part about this build is going to be the roof. That's going to be the interesting part. Boom, 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 boom. And let's go up one more. And if we went like that, that could potentially give kind of an eye. It's off-centered. The whole thing's off-centered. I made it even instead of odd. This is going to drive me crazy, so I have to fix it. Now, come over this way. There we go, B-dubs. Very fantastic. Okay? And let's just put that there for right now. That's a small scale version of what we're talking about here. On top of that is more roofs, and you get little peaks at the building. But the structure itself is very unique. I don't know. I feel like from my searches, there's multiple churches like this. but maybe not. Maybe there's just one. I'm not sure. A lot of them look really similar, a lot of the images, so I'm not positive. But let me try to build this on a bigger scale, or at least get some framework done. I think the framework's going to be the most important part. So I'll get to that, and we'll come back. We'll see if this is going to be a possibility out here. My biggest concern, and why I'm not saying, yes, we're just going to do it, is because I don't know how good this is going to look. I think the building in real life is very cool, very unique. In Minecraft, I think we might have to blow our scale out of the water to make it work, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll put some work in and see what I can do. Sleep, 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 sleep. I don't think you can spam this thing and then it just lets you in anymore when it's nighttime. I think it is actually nighttime right now. It's just a test. Oh, it did let me in. Okay. That hasn't worked for me in a long time. It's a lot of times because I go back and forth. You know, I'm checking and then going here and checking and going here and then trying to sleep. But hey, so, okay, here's a little bit of a blueprint, I suppose. This is, I mean, the main thing that you're seeing right now is the roof structure. The dark oak represents the roof, and the spruce represents the walls, and potentially the floor right here. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like this is okay. It's definitely big as far as scale is concerned. Like that's big. This is right up there. It's not as big. I don't think it's going to be as big. That's in the clouds. This is not, and it's a little taller, but it's big, and a church can be large. That's fine. That's not a problem. But the way you see this goes, okay, this is what I'm talking about here. This is a serious deal. This is a very drastic style. We're talking 3 blocks of walls here, and then this massive roof going to here, and then just 1 block of wall there peeking through, and then another massive roof, and then 3 blocks of walls there, and then more roof to the top. Now that's kind of the roof design. I am going to try some other things out. One thing that I think is a problem with this is I feel like it's too steep. If I could break this steepness up a little bit, that would make me really happy. But I don't know if it's possible to go 1.5 blocks up and then over. I'm going to try. That might help us out a little bit, because I think it needs to be just a little bit like end right here, if I could. Can I go 1.5 blocks up? Let's try this, actually. Let's just say this is the eave, and then that 1.5. Oh, interesting. Okay. Hold up. Can this happen? Oh, that's a shame. So that's 1.5. And then I would need 1.5. Oh, interesting. Okay. And then half. And then 1.5. Okay, this is interesting. Does this actually work for a roof? It definitely, look at the slope difference, right? It definitely does that slope a little differently. And then here's the thing about this building. There's no like overhanging eaves. What I mean by eaves are like gable edges. This edge right here, how it's visible and how we have to kind of dress it up with stairs and fences and stuff like this. This building is all hip roofs, which means it's just going to come like this, and then it's going to go this way. So you're not going to see, it's all going to be blocked off. Interesting. So that might be an option for us, possibly. I'll mess with it a little bit and see if it's doable. But, so here's the idea, and I might shrink this one down. But basically you have like a section here that comes across to here, right? This is 7 wide. And then another section that bumps out here. I wonder if I can just pillar up and give you a better look at it and just kind of mouse it. Do it a little mouthy. Okay, yes, this is perfect. So out on this end and on the other end, it's rounded. And this is where I noticed that some of the buildings were a little different. And I think this might need to come out a little further, possibly. But you have this round shape here, then you have a section, another section, and kind of an entranceway, a section, and then a round area. What this ends up doing is this ends up giving you some interesting details within your roof, because the roof has to start out there, and then it starts in here. Here you have kind of a rounded roof. Then this one kind of goes the opposite direction. So you get some really interesting. The biggest thing with this church and this structure in general that's a point of interest is the roof itself. So we'll want to really do it up nice and draw a lot of attention to it. There's not going to be much detail in these walls at all. We're going to have hardly any detail in these walls. We'll do the best we can, obviously, with some pillars and blah, 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 but the roof has to be well detailed. So it's going to, that's where the majority of our work is going to go on this structure. And as you can see, it's a pretty big structure in and of itself. So let me try out some other ideas, some other concepts, maybe on the other side, and see if we get something that we like a little better. There are our two potential perspectives of this thing. That's the block and a half versus the block. Honestly, that right there, that's gonna change a lot of things for me building wise. I also made sure I removed all the dirt. I feel like that throws some of the perspective off. You know, I don't know. You get the gist. I think you can kind of squint your eyes and get the idea of the flow. That one is about 3 or 4 blocks shorter than this one. Looking at the pictures, I feel like this hits it a little bit better. This hits the mark with our slope that we're going for. But I'm examining it a little bit more, and I'm feeling like maybe a mixture of the two. Maybe that and this. Now, of course, if I did this, I would have that top one be a stair. Each block would be a stair. So maybe like that row would be, this row right here would be stairs and full blocks to mix it up a little bit. But there's roofs all over the place. I mean, I'm saying this thing is going to be really, really interesting. Unfortunately, we're not going to complete it today. Obviously, you know I'm going to be doing a bunch of work off camera. So next time we may have it done. We'll definitely have a lot more progress completed. But I think that that's going to be really cool. But we're done for today. I got a UHC up that you should see. Sidearms and I are having a blast. And I've got the video on the live channel today. Nicole and I had an amazing time going out into public. So I would check that out. Link to that at the end of the video. We'll see you all next time. It's not sleeping time. What am I doing? Hi, welcome to the end of the video. Those of you that stayed around, you're very smart. I forgot to say, maybe I did say this, but I forgot to say that I want you guys, if you could, help me with this. Google Stave church. Look up the Stave church and look at the slopes and see if we're on a good path here. See if this slope looks right to you or if this one looks right to you. Does it look like a building we should even be doing here? What do you think? I think it could be really cool and really unique for this area. But I'm interested to hear you. Let me know in the comment section and on Twitter if you think this one or this one is better. The steeper slope or the more gradual slope. All right? Now, goodbye.